Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? This is Debbie Scott, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Brigden, Ontario, and it is Monday. What day is it? January the 19th, and it's Make a Card Monday. So I'm going to be making a few cards today because these ones are so quick and easy, and I have a little bit of fussy cutting to do, but I did that ahead of time so it'll be nice and quick. So we're going to make a bunch of Valentine's cards today. Just want to bring it up on my iPad here, make sure everything looks good, which it does for now. We are having a bit of a snowstorm, so hopefully the Wi-Fi works for me today. So I am working with the, what is this called? Love Notes 6x6 Mix and Match Designer Series paper. And they call it mix and match, I think, because it has a lot of cutouts. So you can just kind of mix the pieces together and make some beautiful projects. This is in our mini catalog, which is good until April the 26th. And it's on page 17. And they've shown here how they have cut it apart and made some great projects. And I've seen some really great projects online with this paper pack as well. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets, and I think you get 8 of each sheet. There was quite a few in there, but I didn't think to count them until after I had cut a bunch apart. But I think there was 8 of each sheet. So this is the first one here. We have Love You More, You're Amazing, Be My Valentine, Be Mine. And then on the back, it's similar imagery, but without the words. So you could use this later. I could almost see this as a Christmas card too. I think that would be nice. But it doesn't necessarily, these images don't necessarily have to be for Valentine's Day. And then this one, we have your extra special. We just click something sweet for someone neat and happy Valentine's Day. And then the same with this one. On the back, there's no words on there. So it's a little bit more versatile. This one, I love this sheet right here. So pretty. We're going to use that today. And then on the back, we have Happy Valentine's Day and Love. Great cut apart sheet there. This one is super pretty too. I love this little image here. Some hearts there. Happy Heart Day and sending hugs. And then we have some full sheets. So this is Gorgeous Grape. And then we have some hearts on there. I think that is Real Red or Cherry Cobbler. It might be a mix of both. And the same with this striped. We have Real Red and Cherry Cobbler. Is that the only? Flirty Flamingo. Flirty Flamingo is the other color in there. And then on the back, we have that as Your Afternoon, that really fun blue color. So that's what we're going to be playing with today. The inspiration for the cards that I made today, I didn't come up with these myself. These are, well, this one, I'll show you this one first, was made by Burden Wildfeld. And I apologize that I'm saying that wrong. Burden Wildfeld. And she is on the artisan team. This is almost exactly what her card looked like. She didn't use this flower or this sprig. She used something different. But I just looked through my stash to see what I had that would be similar. And that is the card that I saw on Instagram. So she is part of the artisan team this year. So if you can find her on Instagram, follow her because she makes the most beautiful cards. Absolutely gorgeous. And I will tag her when I post my cards, and then you can look her up a little easier because I am not doing a good job of saying her name. But I am doing a similar card to that today. So let's start with this one because it's my favorite. So I've done all white card bases, and then I've cut out a white layer to go on top here. And those rectangles are this one here, which is called Textured Notes. That's that one. So I've done the largest and then the second largest, and that's going to go on there like that. And then I have a couple squares cut out. I have a white square, and then I used this one here. I really like that. And that is from the Stylish Shapes. Yeah, Stylish Shapes size. That's a great set to get. Very versatile. All right, so I'm going to start by laying this down flat. Onto my white background. And for my card base, I did use thick white cardstock, and then for my layers, I just used the regular white cardstock. But I love all the layers on these cards. So beautiful. I'm going to put this on flat. And then I think I'll pop this one up. As you see, I used up some scrap pieces. It's got some journaling on the back there. So you're gonna put that near the top. Just gonna grab a little drink. All right, and then from the flower that I chose, that is a current flower. Let me just find it here. And that is from Lovely Florals. This one here. So I just stamped it in garden green so that it would coordinate on white, and then fussy cut it out. There's no dies for this one. So that is what took the longest making these cards, was cutting out the flower. I'm just going to add a couple dimensionals here. And then actually I'm going to put just a smidge of flat adhesive right there. Oh, before I lay that down, I want to add a little white sprig. That's going to go there. And I'll show you in one moment where this little sprig comes from. I believe it is retired, but just look through your stash and see what you have that will work. And then that's going to go there. That came from the Gorgeously Made dies. If you didn't get this one, like, try to look it up on, I don't know, Facebook Marketplace or something, because it is a great die set. I absolutely love it. So that's where that little white sprig came from. And then I have cut out some hearts. And these ones are retired as well. These ones are from the Hearts and Hugs. This one isn't too old though. So they have some great little heart images that you could like make a little flower set out of. But I'm sure if you look through your stash, you can find a little heart die. Alrighty, so I'm going to just use some glue dots on there. And tuck one under here. Keeps sticking to my fingernail. There we go. And one more. Oh boy, I'm struggling. There we go. I did make a little bow here that I think I'm going to just put right here. And that twine, I have no idea how old that is. I have this pink twine that was just sitting on my desk, left over from something. It might have even come from like a paper pumpkin kit or something like that. If you don't have a pink, you could very easily just use some white on there. And then for the inside, I've used a couple of the smaller dies here. Not the very smallest, but the second and then the third. And just cut out Be My Valentine, which was part of that same paper pack, and the little hearts. And I'm going to just put that inside. Just flat. Just to decorate that inside a little bit. I like that one. Okay, there's card number 1. Card number 2. For this one, I'm going to use this little image. Be mine. Do you guys send out Valentine's cards at all? Or do you give any away? Do kids, grandkids? I normally just make one for my husband. Once in a while, I make one for the kids. I was actually contemplating sending out Valentine cards this year because I did not send out Christmas cards. Isn't that horrible of me? I'm a card maker and I didn't send out Christmas cards. So I was thinking about possibly sending out Valentine cards this year because I've made quite a few. So I wouldn't have to make a whole lot more. Actually, I'm going to do this first. So I may still do that. I do still have time if I decide to do that. Just seeing if there's any comments there. It doesn't look like it. There we go. And then put this layer on next. So how was your weekend? Let me know. Did you have a good weekend? I had like quite a nice weekend. Saturday I didn't do a whole lot. Cleaned the house. That was my big day Saturday. Cleaned the house and not a whole lot else. Watched some TV, did laundry, you know. Basic things we have to do. This little sprig is a little bit different. This one came from Framed Florets. I really liked this one when it came out. I used it a lot. It was the one that had these oval frames here and with all these little hearts around it. I really liked this one. I got a lot of use out of this, but that's where that little die came from. Sorry, that was probably loud. That's where this one came from. So I'm going to lay that down. So yeah, Saturday was kind of a relaxing day at home. And then Sunday, yesterday, we did some shopping. So that was fun. Oh, I meant to put that down there on that other leaf. I'll move it over. Alan, my husband, and Addison, my daughter, we went shopping. And went out for dinner. So that was a really nice day. There we go. She got a couple things. She got a couple pair of pants. I got a couple shirts. And a couple swimsuits. Not really swimsuit weather today, but nonetheless, I did get some swimsuits. So this one I've used just a red and white twine, which looks a little bit better once I get my little red hearts on there. At first, it was kind of like, oh, that kind of sticks out weird. But once we get our little red hearts on here, it looks quite a bit better. So I'm trying to create a scrapbook page with this paper. Right at the moment, I'm kind of struggling with it, but hopefully I'll come up with something. That, or I'll use some different product for Wednesday's live. There we go. So this one's Gorgeous Grape. This is Gorgeous Grape, and then I stamped in Gorgeous Grape. And my hearts are real red. All right, there's number 2. These are nice quick cards. As I said, the most time-consuming part was fussy cutting the flower. So now I have something sweet for someone neat. And then I cut out some little hearts there to add a little extra piece. So they're all kind of similar in that I use a white card base and then a white layer. And then a nice colorful pattern paper layer. I think it was Rachel Tessman that made some cute projects with this, like little boxes to put candy in and that sort of thing. If you can find her on Instagram or on Facebook or Instagram, she's a good one to follow too. She has great projects. That one's gonna go there. And then this one I'm gonna lay down flat. Oh, I didn't do an inside on that one, did I? Now I forget which one I was going to put there. I think You're Amazing on the inside of this one. Yeah, that'll be cute. I don't know if you can hear the wind out there today. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I look out and I can't see my neighbor's house, and he lives right across the road. All right. So this one I have stamped my flower in Flirty Flamingo, and I can't remember if I stamped off or not. I don't think so. I think that was full strength. I want this here, and then this one here, and flat adhesive here. The snow is really blowing out there. Personally, I think we have enough snow. We don't need any more. Oh shoot, I forgot this part. I'm not a huge fan of winter. I really don't. I'm not a big fan of the snow. But when you live in Canada, you get what you get. I'm just going to put a glue dot back behind this leaf to hold it in place. There we go. That's better, I think. And then, oh, I don't have a bow yet for this one. What should I do? Some pink? No. Maybe white. Maybe just white. Or do we want some of that? No. We'll go with white. I usually like to make these ahead of time because it usually just goes a little bit better, but we'll see how this goes. There we go. Not too bad. Do you have a busy week? That's a little long. A busy week planned? If the weather cooperates, I plan to go to my friend's yoga class tonight. But she had to cancel the last one because of the snow. So hopefully she doesn't have to cancel again tonight. So for this one, I have cut out some red to bring that red down on the bottom portion of our card. So I've cut out some red hearts. And I think I have one more card to make, and I think I've saved my favorite one for last. Where do we want this? We'll go over a little. And I've got just a little heart for the inside here. I didn't have words for this one. But you could always, I put that up a little bit, so you could always stamp Happy Valentine's Day underneath there. And then I've got another one of those little hearts. This one's cut out in As Your Afternoon, and I'm just going to layer it right on top there. I think that looks cute. And that's maybe a little bit crooked, but. All right, one more to go. So for this one, I'm using We Just Click. Isn't that so cute? I think that's my favorite. And then if I want, I can, on my other sheets, because I have quite a few sheets of this, you could fussy cut this camera out and just use it as a little embellishment cluster, as part of an embellishment cluster on some scrapbooking or something. And I love this heart pattern too. And we're going to pop that up. Finished up those dimensionals. And this time the flower is stamped in real red. These dimensionals are not quite as thick. They're not the same height. So let me just see if I have any right there. These ones are small as well, but they are a bit thicker. So these are the ones that come in our kits, in Paper Pumpkin or in our like card kits. And they are, for some reason, I don't know why, they are a little bit different height. Than the regular ones. These are the ones, if you just buy a package of dimensionals, that's the ones you get. Oh, and before I stick that right down, I've got another little white sprig to adhere under there. So next week, thinking ahead, I'll be using Paper Pumpkin for my projects. And these little hearts are Flirty Flamingo. Oh, get back here. I don't have my kit yet, so hopefully it shows up pretty soon. I think they ship on the 11th-ish. 10th is the last day to sign up for it, so I think they ship around the 11th. Let's do a bow on there. Should we do pink? I think so. I think this would be, I think I like the pink better. There we go. Alrighty. Our last little bow. Stick on here. Oh, we want that kind of underneath our heart. There we go. And then my inside for this one, I cut out a rectangle of that heart paper and then Happy Heart Day. And I have one more little Flirty Flamingo heart, so I'm just going to stick that on there too. So there are 4 quick and pretty easy Valentine's cards. Aside from the fussy cutting, they're super, super quick and easy. Just lots of layers and lots of beautiful color. I really like this paper. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you like my cards, give me a thumbs up. And oh, I'm just seeing Dolly's comment there. Hi, thank you so much for popping on. And I will see you on Wednesday. Have a good day. Bye.